Everyone's Googling what is a franchise and getting a Wikipedia answer. Let me give you the version the guy actually placing them tells his candidates. There's a Wikipedia version, and then there's the version that saves you from a six-figure mistake. I'm not here to sell you anything, I'm here to educate you. After almost 20 years in this industry, I've learned that the worst thing you can do is put the wrong person in the wrong franchise. I turn people away all the time. That's the job. Here's what we're covering. 1, what a franchise technically is. 2, what it actually feels like to own one. 3, the honest mechanics, royalties, ad fund, territory, and FDD item 19. 4, should you even buy one? A franchise is a licensing agreement. A company that built something that works lets you use their brand, their systems, their playbook, and their supply chain to run your own business in a specific geographic territory. You pay an upfront franchise fee to get in the door. You pay an ongoing royalty, usually a percentage of your gross revenue, for as long as you operate. And you agree to follow their system, not your version, their version. A franchise is not you starting a business with a logo. It's you buying the right to run someone else's business in their territory, on their rules, in exchange for a proven playbook. It sits between a job and a startup. More freedom than a job, less risk than a startup, and a very specific kind of person wins at it. The 3 things a candidate has to be good at: executing on systems, managing people, and following the roadmap with childlike faith in the process. That's why you bought a franchise in the first place. You didn't want to invent the wheel, you wanted to own it. If you hear that and your gut says, I don't want anyone telling me how to run my business, good. You just saved yourself a lot of money. Go start something independent. But if your gut says, I can do that, I want someone to hand me the playbook, now we're talking. Here's the stuff brochures skip. The franchise fee, your upfront cost, ranges from $20,000 to 6 figures. It's not an investment. It's the cost of admission. The royalty, a percentage of gross revenue, usually 4 to 10%, not profit, gross. It's what keeps the franchisor motivated to keep improving the system. Get comfortable with it, or don't buy the ad fund. 1 to 3% of revenue deployed into marketing by the franchisor. You don't control how it's spent. Territory rights, this is the one most people don't ask enough about. Ask every franchisor on day 1, can anyone else operate in my territory? You want that answer in writing. A territory that gets carved up behind your back is a business that loses its moat. Last piece, the FDD. A legal document the franchisor is required by federal law to give you before you sign. Item 19 is where financial performance lives. A franchisor can only tell you what they disclose in Item 19. Anything else is a violation of federal franchise law. The smart move isn't to ask what top performers make. Ask about the median, because you're not buying the top. You're buying the system. You probably shouldn't buy if you want to invent your own way. If you don't have capital for 12 to 24 months of building. If you want passive income, buy an index fund. If royalties eat at you forever, you'll resent your own business. You probably should buy if you're an executor, if you can manage people and you enjoy it, if you have capital and runway, if you want to own something real that pays you and your family, and you're willing to trade some independence for a system that works. When I sit down with a candidate, one of 2 things happens. Either every molecule in their body is screaming, I'm in, they've sold themselves. Or they come away saying, cool concept, but it's not for me. I celebrate both equally, because the last thing I want is to put someone in who isn't a good fit. If you watch this and something said, I need to have the conversation, head to franchisewhisperer.us, drop your name, email, phone, and zip. 4 fields. The zip matters because I'll personally check whether territories are open in your area. I'm Scott Ferrari, the Franchise Whisperer. See you in the next one.